So when you guys did your initial campaign through Indiegogo, what was your approach to fulfillment on that? Did you just self-fulfill, or did you have somebody
No,
working
so
with you?
all of the Indiegogos I personally fulfilled out of my basement. And
Okay, yeah, you put it to work.
yeah,
in.
that was a grind.
Why doesn't Eric July associate himself with Comicsgate? You know, you do that, and be part of the whole movement and all that kind of stuff. We can see now it's a bunch of nonsense.
And then with what he's doing with the Rippaverse, that has so much potential, because that is essentially like an Image Comics.
Then now there's a level to it where it's like, hey, there's actions and different things like that where you're just like, nah, I can't be associated with that for you. But when it comes to, especially when it's like, because I know what you're talking about. It's like Canon and you guys were during like the peak of when the concept of Comicsgate used to be an idea of something that was good. And it had actual morals and values, where it wasn't this weird hate campaign kind of hierarchy of things of, hey, we accept these people, we don't, and all that kind of stuff, where you had people, and this is because I remember seeing this, seeing Canon White. This is my introduction to Canon White, was through like a stream with like Ethan Van Sciver and different people on there, and they were talking about different projects on it. And it's funny because when I interviewed Canon White and he told me, he said, I am not Comicsgate. And it wasn't because of this campaign that he decided to denounce that or whatever like that. He was like, I'm not about that. We look at this now and I'm like, hey, that's great. I remember back in the day, this is my silly thinking. I remember when Eric July launched Rippaverse, and I was like, why doesn't Eric July associate himself with Comicsgate? You know, you do that, and be part of the whole movement and all that kind of stuff. We can see now it's a bunch of nonsense going on there. You have to be careful of how you're what you're connecting yourself to. So I understand that.
Well,
but I hate the disingenuous nonsense that people get through.
Yeah, Eric July is. He's breaking through a ceiling working. Yeah, I mean, he's worked with Todd McFarlane Productions on the Yaira statue. It looks like he's, it looks like there's some celebrity activations potentially coming down the pipeline. The more,
man, they had Sting out there rocking a Rippaverse hat, man.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, Sting rocking a Rippaverse hat. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's building out this robust universe. So he's bringing on really great talent to continue to expand it. And at this point, there's, regardless of your opinion of the man, there's no denying what he's done. He's done well over $10 million in revenue.
And to be undeniable, that's the statement.
Yeah, it's undeniable. And then with what he's doing with the Rippaverse, that has so much potential, because that is essentially like an Image Comics, right? That is going to be an indie creator wing where people get to maintain control of their IP, and he markets it and the whole turnkey solution. And he's got this influencer marketing structured, and everyone is uplifting each other. It's just a positive environment, and he's got fans who have an appetite for it. And as long as you have a quality product, you are getting your product in front of the perfect hardcore audience, right? And so 100%. It's honestly, because keep in mind, like, even if you go through something like Image, and this isn't putting shade on Image, it's just their businesses will just publish it and distribute it, but it's on the creator to market it, essentially. So unless you have a 6-figure marketing budget, good luck, because there's so much noise out there. But with Eric's huge network and all of his colleagues and all of his, influencer network within itself, like, you get amplified so much.
100%.
And I really encourage 100%. Creators who, and that doesn't mean that they're going to rubber stamp every project. Of course, there's going to be a vetting, and they want books finished, of course, which as they should be. But I encourage people who are of, DC and Marvel talent, if you have your creator-owned book, consider going through Rippaverse, because you are going to make more money. I promise you are going to make more money going through that than Image. And people never talk about the economics of going through something Image. Like, there's the middleman. Like, you have to sell such a high volume to actually make a decent profit. Where as an indie creator, that's in most cases not going to happen unless you are like, you know, a Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder collab where they sell 100,000 issues. Like you're going to sell a couple thousand issues. You're going to lose money on the project probably.
Right.
Literally.
So so when you guys did your initial campaign through Indiegogo, what was your approach to fulfillment on that? Did you just self-fulfill or did you have somebody working with you?
All of the Indiegogos I personally fulfilled out of my basement. And
okay. Yeah, you put it to work.
Yeah, that was a grind. It was a tough process. And I definitely, I'd say, so I'm based in Toronto and I wanted to, again, give a good experience. So I used, I think Purelator to have books like expressed to everybody. But that's really expensive. And when you're doing a small volume, I had a lot of criticism on my shipping prices, but I'm like, what you don't realize, and I'm just going to put this out there for people. I lost money on the shipping. Like they're like, oh, you're gouging people on shipping. Like, listen, I'm getting your book tracked to you in 3 days. I am losing money here.
3 days.
Yeah. 'Cause
3 days. That's quick.